Now at noon, a growing memorial and lingering questions after a car drives onto a northeast Portland sidewalk, hitting two people and killing one of them. We also have the latest on a homicide case in Longview where police say the suspect is armed, dangerous, and still on the loose. Plus, a check-in with local businesses to see how the Trump administration's tariffs are impacting their bottom line.
Lower margins, lower room for error, and we just have to pass on some things.
And we're also covering Governor Kotek's latest proposal to restore the state's transportation funding, why Republican lawmakers aren't backing it.
She's making it sound like this is just to stave off some layoffs.
But before we get to all those headlines, we start here at noon with a live look over the Rose City. Really cool and comfortable out there this afternoon as we head into the second weekend of August, but things are going to heat up before the weekend is through. Thanks for joining us. I'm Drew Carney. There's meteorologist Rod Hill on the outside, hanging out on the KGW weather deck. So Rod, we're calling Sunday a KGW weather impact alert day.
And on Monday as well. You mentioned it's comfortable up here right now, Drew. I'm up on the KGW weather deck, brought to you by Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking. If I turn this way, I can really feel the north wind kind of pushing my backside. So very comfortable breeze out here this afternoon. You'll notice some warming tomorrow, but then what we're alerting you to comes Sunday and Monday. And here's the map, which has not changed from when it was originally put out. This is an extreme heat watch from the Weather Service in effect Sunday afternoon through Monday. Notice everything colored in is up and down the I-5 corridor in our region from all of Cowlitz County down through Kelso, Longview into Portland, Salem, Vancouver, and all the way down through Eugene. Also notice this includes the West Gorge out into the Hood River Valley. So Sunday, Monday, we're talking Portland highs at least 95. Wouldn't be surprised if we hit 100 degrees. Certainly wouldn't be surprised if we have some 100-degree temperatures in the valley. And then if you're going to be at the beach all Sunday today and tomorrow, the warm day will be Sunday. Coast temperatures at least 77 to many areas will be in the 80s, and maybe somebody at the beach even reports 90. If you have plans on Monday, though, notice it changes at the coast. The wind patterns back off, and maybe it's fog and 60s. So Sunday, if you like it to be 85 and sunny at the beach, Sunday's your day. Here's the way the coast looks right now from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln Stage. Beautiful sunny sky. Similar scene over Portland. Our lunchtime temperature, 69 degrees, exactly where we projected ourselves to be at noon. So I think we're on track to get up to at least 80 and maybe go as warm as 82 this afternoon in that 4 o'clock hour. Again, take advantage of today. Take advantage of tomorrow, especially in the morning. By Sunday, we could be looking within a degree or two of the hottest we have been so far this year. We're not talking records because the records are just crazy high. But if we hit 98, which we could, that'd be the warmest we've been so far this year. Drew, back to you.
All right, Rob, we'll check back in with you in about 10 minutes. News headlines this afternoon. There's a growing memorial near the spot where a person was hit and killed by a car yesterday after a man drove onto a northeast Portland sidewalk and hit two people before crashing head-on into two other vehicles in the street. So this all happened near the Safeway on MLK Boulevard just before noon on Thursday. Police say the driver of a Ford Escape drove the SUV onto the sidewalk where he hit two people, killing one of them, and almost hit a child. Police have not yet identified the person who died. After leaving the sidewalk, the driver crashed head-on into two other vehicles. Altogether, 4 people were hurt and taken to the hospital. We talked to a man who saw what happened and called 911.
I could hear the accelerator. You could tell he wasn't backing off the accelerator at all. The man that was over here in front of the bank got picked up and lifted off the ground.
Portland police said they had no indication that this was some sort of attack or intentional act. They also said the driver of the Ford Escape has 2 prosthetic legs, and it wasn't clear if that was a factor in these crashes. Police in Longview are still searching for the man accused of stabbing 2 people earlier this week, killing one of them. He's considered armed and dangerous. So this is a better look at the suspect, 51-year-old Alexander Rogers. Police say he recently got out of prison after serving time for attacking people with a machete. He's now accused of killing 64-year-old Dawn Peters and critically injuring Andrew Peters at this home in Longview Tuesday night. They believe Rogers could still be in the area and say he's likely driving a black spray-painted BMW with Washington plates starting with BNU.
He was arrested and ultimately served 20 20 plus years in prison. So he has not been out long from that. So, and that's why I say it's really important for us that the public knows this guy is dangerous. He's shown a propensity for violence.
Officers last saw Rogers earlier Tuesday during a traffic stop near the Longview Fred Meyer. He has a nationwide warrant out for his arrest. Anyone who sees him should call 911. Portland police arrested a woman who they say stabbed a driver for TriMet's Lyft paratransit service. This happened a little after 11:30 last night near Northeast Gleason and 116th Place. TriMet told police that a passenger was causing a disturbance and refused to get off. They say 2 Lyft supervisors showed up and appeared to have calmed her down, but that's when they say 54-year-old Princess Harris pulled out a knife and stabbed them both, one in the neck. Neither were seriously hurt, though. Police arrested Harris inside the bus. She's charged with assault. Many of the Trump administration's planned tariffs are now in effect. With that, some Portland business owners say they're having to raise their prices and sales are going down. We spoke to the owner of Fiber Rhythm in Southeast Portland. Dawn Seymour told us she hasn't sold any knitting machines since tariffs kicked in, which raised the price by 37%. That's equal to hundreds of dollars. The prices for smaller items like yarn have gone up 10 to 20%. So Seymour says that her customers are now asking about less expensive alternatives, and she's worried about her store's future.
As it gets longer and longer and they're having to pay more and more for other things, they're going to spend less here. That's what I think.
What does that mean for someone like you?
That means I dig into my own savings to pay the rent by the end of the year. That's what that means.
And we saw Evan Watson, KGW's Evan Watson, doing the reporting there. He plans to check back in with local business owners again in December to see how things change over the next few months. In an update, Oregon Governor Tina Kotek revealed more of her plan for transportation funding in the state. She's called lawmakers to a special session later this month to hammer it out. The governor's plan includes a 6-cent hike in the state's gas tax and a $30 surcharge for registration fees for EVs and any vehicle that gets 40 or more miles per gallon. One item in the plan that attempts to address Republican concerns is holding off on rate increases for heavy vehicles until 2029. Republicans have said truckers already pay too much. Republican House Leader Christine Drazen says the governor's proposal is still full of unnecessary new taxes and added GOP lawmakers may boycott the special session if there's no room for public debate.
If the Democrats think that they're going to have a session where they don't have public hearings, we will use all the tools at our disposal to insist that Oregonians are part of this process.
The special session is set for the Friday of Labor Day weekend. Without a deal, ODOT is set to start laying off hundreds of transportation workers in mid-September.